Welcome to your custom-tailored deep dive. Today we're looking at the secret weapon hiding in the ceiling of your favorite bustling restaurant. We are cracking open the spec sheet for the QSC AD-C6T-HP.
Quite the mouthful.
It really is. It's a 6.5-inch ceiling mount loudspeaker. A pair will set you back about $880, and they're basically the absolute workhorses for high-energy retail spaces and venues.
They really are. I mean, when we walk into a room, we usually think the lighting and the furniture are setting the vibe, but there is an incredibly sophisticated layer of acoustic technology right above your head that's, dictating your experience.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because I look at a wide circle and a drop ceiling, and I just think, well, it's a basic speaker.
Yeah.
I was genuinely surprised to see the intense engineering required for something that looks so simple.
Right, but it's deceptive by design. The core of this is the hardware itself. You've got a 6.5-inch paper woofer to handle the low-end bass.
Okay.
And then there's a 1.4-inch dome compression driver to handle the high-end treble.
Right, and the spec sheet calls this a coaxial design. So mechanically, rather than having a big cone for the bass sitting next to a little cone for the treble.
Like they're separated, yeah.
Yeah, the little tweeter is actually nested right inside the center of the big woofer, like a perfectly synchronized musical duet, where both singers are occupying the exact same physical space.
That is spot on. The high frequencies and low frequencies are originating from the exact same physical point, and that is what makes the sound phase accurate.
Okay. Translate phase accurate for me. What does that actually mean?
It just means all the parts of the sound wave from the deep, 58 hertz bass up to the crisp 20 kilohertz treble hit your ear at the exact same millisecond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because if the drivers were spread out, the sound could smear or get kind of muddy. This nested design guarantees pristine clarity, whether they're playing soft background jazz or upfront, thumping pop music.
But pristine clarity feels kind of useless if a restaurant is packed.
Well, sure.
I mean, you got 50 loud conversations, plates clattering, chairs scraping. The sound usually just gets drowned out. Which brings us to how this hardware actually handles a crowd.
Right, and what's fascinating here is how they engineer around that higher noise floor. To cut through that ambient chaos, this speaker pushes 120 watts of continuous power.
That's a lot.
It is, and it hits a maximum sound pressure level, or SPL, of 115 decibels.
Wait, really? 115 decibels is incredibly loud, like standing near a siren loud. So what does this all mean? Are they just hiding concert-grade PAs in a drop ceiling to blast us while we eat?
No, not at all. It's about headroom and even distribution, not just, blasting volume. The speaker has a 120-degree conical coverage pattern.
Okay.
Think of it like a giant invisible spotlight of sound shining straight down from the ceiling and flaring out wide.
So instead of a narrow beam of sound that blasts one table and leaves the next table over in an audio dead zone,
Exactly.
that wide cone just bathes the whole area evenly.
Precisely. And to cover a massive floor plan evenly, you need to link a lot of them together. That is why they're built to be compatible with 70 and 100-volt amplifiers using multiple transformer taps.
Okay, transformer taps sounds like electrical grid jargon. How does that actually work?
Think of it like a municipal water line. Instead of running a separate pipe from the water tower to every single house, the city runs one massive high-pressure pipe down the street.
Makes sense.
Then each house just taps into it to draw the exact amount of water they need.
Ah. So you string one high-voltage audio cable across the whole ceiling, and each speaker taps into it to pull just the wattage it needs.
Yep.
That way, you can daisy-chain massive networks of these speakers together without blowing out the central amplifier.
You've got it. And to make sure all those heavy-duty daisy-chain speakers don't vibrate out of the drywall, the physical mounting is serious business.
I can imagine.
Yeah. They use 3 double-stepped dog-ear blind mounts to clamp intensely onto the ceiling tile and Euroblock connectors to lock the wiring firmly in place.
It's just wild that so much heavy industrial hardware is hiding up there.
And it is all controlled by highly advanced software. They use something called intrinsic correction voicings via a digital system called QSYS. It digitally tweaks the audio in real time, making sure the bass doesn't sound booming if you're stuck in a corner booth, and the treble doesn't pierce your ears if you're sitting directly beneath the speaker.
Wow. So they're physically and digitally wrestling the room's acoustics into submission.
Exactly. It's a masterclass in shaping an environment without anyone ever noticing the equipment doing the work.
So, here's a thought to leave you with. We know these speakers are engineered to perfectly blanket a noisy room with pristine audio. But think about the psychological layer of
Oh,
that.
for sure.
If the designers can use this invisible acoustic geometry to pump high-energy audio cleanly through the clatter, well, how else are they using it? The next time you're in a buzzing venue, ask yourself, is the precisely tuned tempo and clarity of the music designed to make you eat faster, talk louder, and ultimately leave sooner without you ever realizing you were being nudged toward the door?